Hello everyone, and today we are going to be looking at what we can expect for the future of the monsterverse. Credit to the very well-known, very cool person, Dangerville. Because I absolutely love the guy, and he gave me the idea. So, credit to that guy, Dangerville. And here's a real quick recommendation. Check out Dangerville's videos. And shout out to Goji Center. I don't know if that's technically a shout out, but this so also watch Goji Center's videos because they are pretty good. And now we will be going into the room and the hall of upcoming monsterverse content. And disclaimer, some of the stuff in Goji Center's video great. I just got a notification, the Clash of Clans village is being raided. Yeah, I gotta go there after this. But so what that was weird. So with some of the stuff in this video, there's some stuff in Dangerville's video will not be in this video, because by the time this video comes out, it will already be out. And also by the time I'm recording this. So let's start with the closest thing we have to release. If that is how I'm supposed to say that. Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. I actually really like what I've heard about the series. What I've heard from the series, it's really good. I've heard a lot of good things about the series. So I also have a plan for the series. Probably a little bit before, probably when, or a little bit after. Season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters comes out. I am going to watch the series. I'll most likely do it a little bit before Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 comes out. Just so when Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 does come out, I will know. So I'll understand more when I watch the series, and it will take longer. I mean, it will take a shorter time for me to finish the series. Cause I've already watched season 1 at the time. So, I'm also going to be talking about what we know about the series. I mean, about what that I'm gonna be talking about what we know about the piece of content that is coming out. Let's start. And Monarch Legacy of Monsters, we know that it is going to be focusing on Skull Island. Time it takes place, probably 2017 from what I've heard. And the chance of us seeing skull crawlers has increased. And here are some examples of some living organisms that we could see on the island that we didn't see in the movie, but have confirmation that they do exist. Number 1, death jackals. I really hope we see these. Why? Because they look really good in Godzilla X Kong Time Chasers. By the way, that game's an 8 out of 10. It's good. You should play that game, Godzilla X Kong Time Chasers. Search it up on the App Store if you're interested. Download it if you have enough storage, of course, on your device. And boom, you have downloaded masterpiece. So, that's one example. But what other examples do we have? Well, we have some smaller than Titan-sized, mostly super species. The creatures in this. So another one is the magma jackal. I don't know if it's a super species or instead of a super species, it's a sub-titan. Since it does have an ability, but compared to other monsters in the franchise, it is rather small. It's kind of like what Kong has. He is huge. At least 337 feet to be exact. But he doesn't have any ability, making him a sub-titan. Godzilla is massive and has a ability, his atomic breath. And a few other ones which aren't as known, like constant evolving, DNA transportation, which, what I mean by that, basically, he can take the DNA from other titans, which are deceased, or ones which he has eliminated, and removed from the gene pool, or in other words, sent to the gulag, basically. And with that, he can also make himself much more stronger, making him move on to the next evolutionary stage in the Gojira genus. Word of phrase in credit for that phrase to Goji Center, cause when I was a little younger, when I was in 2020, in 2021, my favorite video ever made by Goji Center was the Godzilla genus video. And it's a really good video. You should search it up. And another one, giant ants and giant wasps. Since yes, turns out there are giant 8-inch wasp in Skull Island. You might think 8 inches. That's tiny. I mean, for a bug, that's pretty big. Like, not even a Hawk tarantula wasp can reach those sizes. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a xenomorph wasp and has some disturbing biology. But I don't want to talk about that, since not only can it disturb some of these people, and it's like the Troodons from Jurassic Park. Very insanely gruesome biology. Also, I don't really have the time for it. So let's go on to our next piece of content. Our next piece of content is Skull Island Season 2. It took me some time to remember it. Oh yeah, I forgot something about Monarch Legacy of Monsters. It's coming out this year. What do we know about Skull Island, the Season 2? Not much. All we know that it might still be in the works, since there is a chance sorry. Pardon me. There is also a chance that it might be cancelled. But there's a high chance it won't be, because a lot of people, like myself, really want to know what happened in the finale. I mean, I can definitely explain what happened in the finale, but what happened to everyone else in the finale? We only know, in the Season 1 finale, we only know what happened to 2 people. And that is the daughter character, which was abandoned, which I forgot the name of, and the mother of that character. Everyone else we don't know anything about, not even the main character. And we know Kong survived from that, because he's in the installments that take place after that, because that took place in 1993, that series. He was in a comic taking place in 1995, and was even in an installment taking place in a time the light has 2027, which was Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. So we definitely know what. So we don't exactly know what happened to him, but we know that he definitely survived. What about everyone else? We don't know. I'm hoping we at least get an aftermath of what happened. And we also know, if it's still in the works, it's going to be at least in the writing stage, because it was confirmed that it is in the writing stage, at least if it's still being worked on. But if we never hear from this show again, since it didn't do well on streaming services and a few people didn't really like it, don't be surprised if we never hear from it again. Don't be surprised at all. But I'm really hoping it does come out though, because I actually like the series. I don't know why everyone else hated it. I mean, like, we get to see stuff that happened in not just 1993, but even some stuff that happened in the 1980s. So we get to see a lot of stuff that happened between 1973, which is when Kong Skull Island took place, and 1995, where Kong Dominion took place. But what's next? Well, I've got another cool thing. This one, it's actually confirmed to come out. Godzilla x Kong Supernova. A lot of you are going to know what this movie is. But what do we know about it? Well, we have some leaks of the plot. Although we have a chance that some stuff in that plot leak wasn't exactly real, we do know that some of it does also have a high chance being true. Announced from someone who I think actually works at Legendary Pictures, so there's a high chance that they're not lying. All get news from Legendary Pictures a lot, so there's a high chance they're not lying. But what else do we know? There is a chance of what was in the plot leak as well. Zombified Titans. If you watch Dejavil's video about Zombified Titans coming, and a Resurrected Ghidorah video made by Goji Center, you would know that the chance of this happening was high. Plus, we even had a leak of this from Godzilla x Kong Titan Chasers. Again, great game. Where we have some corrupted death jackals and skull crawlers. And I think probably even more than just that. But what's another thing that we know about? The Gojira species is reproducing. We have some confirmation about a Gojira egg. I'm not joking when I say this. This was fully in the plot leak. There is a chance that there are still some female Gojiras reproducing. Or, here's the other thing. It might be a genetically modified clone of the Gojira species. So we can definitely say the Godzilla species is not just Godzilla anymore. At least it's most likely not Godzilla anymore. Not just him. They are populating now. But what is the Godzilla population, you might be wondering? I do have some information, and I've done some... I don't have information about it. I literally just thought of that in my head for some reason. I don't know why. That happens a lot with me. But I do know some estimations. I've done calculations on what the Godzilla population might be. 7 Godzillas only. For a species, that's like barely anything. I mean, like, for a species in the monsterverse, that's actually a lot. It might be confusing, but somehow, this might be confusing, but somehow, a lot of titans in the monsterverse are just their individual species. A lot of them. A lot of Kongs and Skullcrawlers are just completely out of the picture when it comes to this topic. There are still some the titans which we don't know about any other specimens of their kind, like Scylla or Scella. That's Scylla. Yes, that's how you say it. But she was the only one of her kind that we knew about, and since she's dead now from Godzilla, we don't think. Well, there's definitely not any more of her if that theory is true. Behemoth. When have you ever heard of another giant sloth with big tusk in something called the monsterverse? Never. Yeah.
It's still alright. Someone's working downstairs.
Yeah. So we definitely know about like 0 other versions of Behemoth other than just Behemoth himself. Methuselah is just out of the picture. A lot of these we wouldn't really know what the offspring would look like. Some of you would also probably think of Titania when it comes to this. Not exactly, because in Kong Surviving Instinct, turns out she had an offspring. But that's not really important for this. What other stuff, though? What other stuff? I literally just lost everyone. I'm so sorry. Oh yeah, Godzilla X Kong Supernova. So we also know that the movie's coming out in 2027, March the 26th. As revealed by Legendary themselves, and unless we do a Godzilla X Kong the New Empire from 2024 April 9 to 2024 March 29, this date is staying the same. But what else is there other than just this? And is this a lack of content? No, because we definitely do have some unannounced stuff. Unless the Monsterverse is ending. But there's another thing coming out. We don't know if it's going to be open. You'll know why I'm saying open in a bit. And we don't know when it's opening. But it's a Legendary Pictures theme park. Not just the Monsterverse theme park. Your full-on Legendary Pictures theme park with 3 franchises. One franchise I forgot. The other one, a Monsterverse franchise, but the other one might surprise you. A Dune part. Yes, the Dune franchise, the Monsterverse franchise, and another franchise I forgot is going to be in this. And that is everything I can say in this video. I am losing my breath. I just need a rest. Probably watching some more Dangerville videos. luckily, unlike yesterday, I get to spend time with my little cousin, who's only 3 years old, watching BBC iPlayer, because he's not at my house, and he won't cry about it, and I won't have to hear him cry about going away from my house, which I generally feel bad in this oh shoot. Sorry about that. The screen might look different for a few seconds. But I've turned this video now. Bye.